Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Matt.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Redskins offense led by their new quarterback, Case Keenum. Keenum, a guy, he's seen his fair share of highs and lows in this game. The high, likely his 22-touchdown season for the Vikings in 2017. And the low probably being traded by Denver after 1-6-10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
To throw on second down is Keenum. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Quinn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So now here are the 49ers under third-year coach Kyle Shanahan. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, out of Eastern Illinois.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone
looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
The number 4 overall pick in the 2010 draft is left tackle Trent Williams. And oftentimes we talk about a guy of his potential and say just plug him in at left tackle for the next 10 years. But rarely does that work out. In this case, it's been spot on. A 7-time Pro Bowler. He patrols the blind side of all of his quarterbacks.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. A look now at the starters on this 49er defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Tackles. Check out read.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Quinn. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Keenum going to come up now 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Keenum now to throw, and incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Shoot. We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. That'll be complete to Breida.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Caught on the right side, Reed. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
James now to return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Ryan Kerrigan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls, because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB, and guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Keenum. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Keenum. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. This is Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On first down, here's Breida. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Keenan, throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. To throw, it's Keenan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Keenan. Going for it all. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I got this.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We start our tour of the NFL with
the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Garoppolo now. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bird. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Keenum now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Out of the gun, Keenum. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run, Peterson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Keenum. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the 29, Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
They go play action here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Being chased out left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, it's Thompson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Keenum. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a run with Peterson. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Keenum. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. Coleman has it here right side. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Garoppolo gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Garoppolo Garoppolo looking end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They run forward, Breida. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To Thompson on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Keenum going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down now, it's Thompson, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Redskins on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the 49ers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.